guys, so we're back. I think last week I told you I was going through a lot of scrap clay, and I just made a bunch of bullseye canes and stuff like that just to get them out of the way. Can you tell that I like blue a lot? It seems like it's all that I have. So for those of you that have asked, I have not put my burst canes up on my website, the ones that we did last week, these right here. I'm going to go put those up this afternoon, so it'll be ready for if anybody wants one. I don't have a whole lot. I think I've got maybe 8 at the most, which is about typical for the size that I do. But anyways, I've got these 3 things, and I would like to make a flower out of one of them. I think that would be a really pretty flower. And then I have these, and I don't know if these are going to be cool for a Kaleidoscope cane, but we are going to try it. So, again, there's no thought into anything that I do. I just kind of do it. I don't think we're going to make it really busy, but boy, it would be really nice to have, I don't know, like a contrasting color that I can throw in here. So on this one, I think I'm going to make purple beads. So if I make this, I can wrap this with, instead of with translucent, with the purple. And that way it'll look like it's made for that. So that one we'll have to think about later. But it's been a pretty productive day today. I signed up for another show. Do you believe that? I don't, because I don't usually do shows this late in the season because it's just so cold. And I don't know how many people show up for the cold. Now, if I lived back east, that would be different because people are used to the cold and they still go about their day regardless of how cold it is. Out here in California, everybody hibernates for the winter. Now, if I did a show in Palm Springs where it's like, you know, 60 something to 70 degrees in the winter, that'd be great. So that one's for December 7th. And I'm hoping it's going to be a beautiful weekend. So this is, as you can see, is really big. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 inches just like that. And it'd be kind of nice to fill this up with something. Something like black and white. Just something that's really going to contrast. Let me see if I have any black and white. I may have to make some. Or what about gold? Alrighty, well, not a great way to start out, but alright, so what I'm going to do, so we're not using that. That we can throw around here. I want to do something different. Okay, so if I have any black and white stripes, you know what, I've got an idea. All right, so I'm going to take this to we're going to take this to 6 inches. I might have a way to put something in the center of it that'll make it pop. which means I'm going to have to go into my canes and pull out something in there that'll help us achieve that. So where are we at? About 5 inches. So I kind of saved us some time by making these last week, but with my indecisiveness, it might still be a long video by the time I figure out how to put this together. So the colors I'm using on this is just turquoise, white, and I think this was a purple that I just added white to. Alright, so we're just going to cut this right here. I'm not worried about the edges right now, so we're just going to kind of get this even. Alright. Okay. So that's going to be the center. Alright, so hold on, let me grab some cane and we'll see what we can do with this. Okay, well, I didn't realize I had so much cane. But I do, and obviously I'm trying to make it pop. So I don't want to use all of this. I guess I could use yellow. I do have like a dark purple. I also had something like this that might actually look good in the center of this. And I have 2 pieces here. I've also got like a little block here of black. I've got this, which is just a little, I don't know what you'd want to call that. I even have this. But this isn't going to make it pop. Okay, well, if I can find one more of these, it might work next to it. And look at that, I found another one. Okay. This is the fun part, right? So, I mean, I can literally put that in the center. Which I think I'm going to. Okay, so let me, yeah, I know, I think as I go, as you know. I like that better with that one. We are going to turn this into a triangle. But we're going to keep it about the same size. I'm going to put the yellow in that one. These I think are just going to be on the side. But I'm going to cut up some of that black. Okay. This would be something that would be great to use the Lucy slicer on. I don't want to pull that out. So I'm just going to go really slow here. Make sure I get a nice perfect slice. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I will probably do that on 2 of them, just to add a little bit of something in there. Okay. And we're going to do the same with this one. And this is what I talk about when I say that I have huge problems with getting things in the middle. It could be because of the way I'm sitting, that I'm not looking straight at it. See, but either way, that's big. So we're going to go back to where we had it. Alright, I'm going to do it again this way. Actually, I could probably cut it and then decorate the inside, right? Alright, I'm going to try and do this straight down. Okay. So now we're going to do one more of these. It's getting pretty thin, so some of this is old, so it's sticky, and other parts aren't at all. But once I reduce it, it should be okay. Got both animals. It just kind of walked in. waiting for me for, I don't know why. It's really early for their walk, so. Well, we went out yesterday and we were dressed in winter, man. We had a heavy jacket on. I had my hood on. I mean, it was unbelievably cold yesterday. And I don't know if it's just me, but have you guys noticed that you know that the time is about to, like, fall back? Because I'll tell you what, it's getting forever to get to nighttime. My daytimes are always so busy. And then as soon as the nighttime starts coming, it just starts to slow down. It was like that yesterday and the other day. And it was just weird. It was just like this. I'm not ready for winter. I'm not ready for the time change. You know, that thing that we all agreed by voting that there would be no more falling back. Yeah, that worked really well. I love our legislators. And this is why a lot of people don't vote, because obviously it doesn't matter. I don't know why they just don't leave it alone. Okay, so we have those two. So we still have two more. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But we're going to put these to the side. Ooh, you know what? I do know what I'm going to do with this. Watch this. Watch this. So do I want to do that? I think so. Okay, so we're going to put one of these. One's going to point one way, the other one's going to point the other way. Kind of like we do with our flowers. Okay. And then we're going to take it back and put it into another triangle. And I did not put anything in between these. So I don't have a dark strip going around either one of these. I might add one at the very end. Okay. So on that one, we're just going to kind of cut it in half, put it back together. I know, it looks funky, I get it. But do that a couple of times, it's going to look really cool. Okay, so that's kind of cool. All right, we're going to do one more. And then I think I'm going to wrap it with a white and black. Just a strip, very thin strip of white and black. And I'm going to do something with this. Now, I'm sure I can take that weave and obviously turn it into a triangle. Yeah, this one's going to be a new one for me. Never basically taken any pre-made canes and kind of reshaped them for a Kaleidoscope cane, but I think it may be fun. Okay, so what do we got? So now we're going to cut off the ends. Hold on. You know what? Let's make sure this is where I want it. So this is 1, 2, 3. Now we're at about 4 inches. So before I do this, oh yeah, I like this. Okay. So now we're going to go 3 inches. And we're going to leave it alone. Okay. Okay. So this, we are going to go grab some white, which we have right here. And I'm going to make it pretty thin though. I'm going to make it like, I think I'm just going to make it at a number 5. So I've got some old white clay right here. But by the time we reduce it, whether it's dirty or clean, you're not going to really tell. Alright, so we're doing a 5. It's definitely a dirty white. I used some of that Kato conditioning black, and I did not clean my blades on my pasta machine after I used it, which I should have. It's gonna be okay either way. I think I dropped my blade somewhere. Okay, so we got a white. So now we just need one more, and then we're gonna put black around that one as well. Okay, so make that more even with the other one. Now let's go ahead and add some black. And I'm going to use black. I am not going to use the Kato blackout for this. I do have a lot of clay that I filled up with that blackout, but it just makes it way too soft. And I'm just worried about using it. Hoping I made this big enough. Nope, not quite. Okay. So let me grab some more black and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got some black here, and I went and put that container away, and I found a couple more canes that we might be able to use. So we'll take a look at those in a minute. Okay. Now I'm just going to cover that. Okay. And one more, at least for now. All right. It's amazing how clean my work area was until I started. Now it's back to its normal mess, right? All right, so okay, so we got that done. And this we can probably get to 3 inches, both of them. So we're literally going to have 6 pieces. Or yeah, I need something in the center. Something that's going to bring all of this out. Now, do I want to add a little bit of teal in there? I don't know. I'm thinking I do. But I may just use these 2 alone. All right, so where are the pieces that I just pulled out? I may not end up using the teal one. That might end up being like a crazy cane. But I definitely do want more black and white. I know that. And I definitely want to use that weave. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take these and I'm going to make all of these 3 inches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make those 3 inches. I'm going to make that 3 inches, and then we'll come back and do this one. And I think this is all we're going to use. I don't know why now, but I think that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to take those 2 leaves as well. All right, and let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so I went ahead and wouldn't this make a really pretty flower? Too bad I'm using it in this. That turned out really cool. And I got those 2 pieces. I made 3 of the other ones. And this one as well, we're going to take to 3 inches. That way we'll have 4 of these. And then on the purple, I've got an idea. And that might help me make like my focal point. I don't know yet. So we're going to try that after we get this to 3. And then I may add some black and white strips. I don't think the yellow is going to look good in this, so I probably won't touch that. Okay. So we're just going to make sure this is all pretty much even there, right? Okay, yep, I'm cleaning it up a little bit. Okay, so we have those. Part of me was going to wrap this with black, but since all of those are wrapped with black, I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so now we have these two. And on this one, I made this one really high compared to where it was. And I'm going to do the same on this one. And I might kind of swirl them so that they're part of each other. I'm sure that made absolutely no sense. But hopefully when I finish this, you'll understand. Go just a little taller. That's what, about 2 inches? I don't want to make it bigger, I just want to make it taller. Okay, so one's a little smaller than the other one, but that's okay. So now I'm just taking like a, I don't know, just a paintbrush. Okay, and I'm thinning out this bottom piece. I'm going to get something that's a little more of the same size all the way across than just in the center, because that one obviously gets smaller and bigger, so this one's going to be a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to kind of make it all flow into there. Okay, and we're going to do that with this side as well. Okay, I just want to kind of, yeah, see, this is a little old clay, as you can see. just want to roll it on each other and pray that they don't break. Well, we're kind of stuck now, because if I even attempt to try and pull that off, it's going to come right off. Okay, and now I'm going to take a black and white. I know I have a black and white, what do you call them? A little swirl. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. Okay. And we're just going to wrap that up. And we're going to take this to about 3 inches, because I don't think we're going to get a whole lot out of this piece. And we'll see what it looks like, right? Alright, so now we're just going to make sure that it's even all the way across. And cut off the excess. And I conditioned this for as long as I could. But you can still see there's a couple pieces that are still really dry. And it's crumbling. Alright. So that's what we got on there. Okay, so now, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of like snake through it all. This is going to be a really weird cane. Especially considering that they're all the same size. So I might have to put some round beads in here somewhere. Or just some round canes. Because if not, wow, this is interesting. I'll give it that. Kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, right? I have one more of these that goes somewhere. I have no idea what I'm doing. I hope y'all know that. I have literally no idea what I'm doing. Is it fun? Yeah. It is fun when you just kind of throw everything together. Is it going to turn out good? I have no idea. But again, it was fun making it. Okay, so there's a lot of purple right in between here. So before I get too crazy, I'm going to open that up. I don't know why I'm using this color, but you know what? We're going to do it. And I still have, that's the same color pretty much. So I don't know if I'm going to use that one either. And I have tape that does not want to come off my finger. Alright, so I'm just kind of smushing this. Just to get me a straight edge here. And I'm going to do 2. So there's 1. Hopefully I get that same size on both sides. I don't know, that might make it a little dark. But what the heck, all right? Everything is an experiment. Okay, and I feel like I want to do that right here. But instead of connecting to this one, we're going to make it kind of off a little bit. And then we'll connect those two together. Okay. That teal looks really nice. I wonder if I have any more. See, this is turquoise and that same blue, so that's not going to work. If I can find just a little more of these turquoises, you know what? Watch what I'm going to do here. All right, so we're going to take 2 pieces. I can always make more of these, right? And I'm going to run this through the pasta machine at a 0. And then a number 3. Yep, straight to a number 3. And now, I don't know which way I need to fold this. This is one thing about spirals that I never know. If I fold it up like that, then you're only going to get one color. So you literally have to roll this the long way, right? Or the short way. Nope, you're going to want to do it this way. And I didn't really condition this very well. Okay. Already at 2 inches, so it shouldn't be that hard to push this to 3. It's going to be small, so I think we're going to end up adding 2 of them right next to each other. We'll see. Oh, that's weird looking. It really is weird looking, but that's okay. We're just going to add little splotches here and there. Alright, so this one, I'm going to do it long way or the other way. Just kind of, I'm just going to kind of leave it alone. Okay, I'm just going to put those two right there. And then I think I'm going to take this strip. And I would love to stretch this out so it fits the bottom. So we're going to try that. I tried it one. And it broke in half on me. So I don't know how far we're going to be able to get this. Usually I don't like strips on the edges because then when you cut it up, you're always going to have that strip. And it doesn't seem to ever connect to anything. But we're going to try it and just see what happens this time around. Okay. So that's our cane. So, you know me. I am going to hit pause as I run this through the pasta machine. And right here, I'm just taking like the leftovers of that green. I may end up putting just a solid color up on top. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But I'll show you really quick before I turn it off. It's a good way to use up the scrap, right? I don't know what I did with that other one. Is that the same color? It is, but I don't want to pull anything off of my flower. You know, and I mean just seriously, one dot, two dots right next to each other. You know, I could wrap it with black as well, which I think I'm going to do. And on this one, we're going to go really thin, like a number 6, maybe even a number 7, because it's so small. just short that tiny little piece. I don't know how that one broke off. So we're going to slide that on. Yeah, I don't want black and white on top, right? What about a blue dot? So we're going to make this about 3 inches. It's going to be small, as you can see. Do I know what I'm doing? No, I don't. I don't know. It's just something that told me that I needed to put this together here. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. And now we just have to reduce it into a triangle. And I guess we're going to see what happens, guys. So cross your fingers as we reduce this, and I will come back. Depending on what that first cut looks like, I might put it all together and do it one more time. I don't know. Because you got to remember, the more you reduce, the smaller everything is going to come. So we'll see what happens. I'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, guys. So we've got this all cut up. I'm going to try and zoom you in a little closer here. Okay. So now I just need to figure out if I want to cut this in 3s or if I want to cut it in 6 separate pieces. Alright, so we're going to cut a little bit more off. Okay, so we're at 9 inches. So I think I'm just going to do my regular way, which is at 1.5. And I'm glad that I stopped and then I didn't put them together and then reduce them more, because they're pretty small the way they are. Now, of course, it's just figuring out how I want to lay these out. I had a bad review come through Etsy. I may be a little quiet. I'm not real happy about it because the item came broken, which I don't send out broken cutters, so obviously it was the mail carrier. And so I'm kind of upset that she didn't come to me, because I replace all broken cutters if they arrive broken, but she didn't even give me a chance. She just threw some negative review, and I want to do a public review just to say, hey, I would have replaced that had you had called me. And then part of me is like, nope, just leave it. And then the other part of me, well, that's like, no, I don't want to leave it. But I don't know what I'm going to do. So anyway, so that's how it would be once I get all these together, which is kind of cool. You got this little centerpiece right here. But there are a million other ways that you can put this together as well. So there's this way, which would have been literally backwards from the other one. I don't think, yeah, so basically it's no different, right? So the only other way think would be this way right here. And this is where the black is literally on the outside. Yeah, it took a really good productive day and just turned it into whatever it is now. So if you guys ever buy anything, know that you guys aren't going to get broken cutters. And if you do, I will replace. But give me a chance by letting me know. Alright guys, so that's the other half. I kind of like that other design in the center. So that's what we're going to go with. But anyways, there's my rant for the day. I will put a public reply though. I have to because it's my reputation. So I will let it go for now. But yep, I'm going to put some kind of a reply saying arrived broken, probably in transit, and I wish you would have called me before you left a review. We would have had you all taken care of. And then she says she doesn't like it anyways. It's too thin. And I'm like, too thin? A clay cutter that's too thin. Usually it's the other way around. So I have a feeling she was probably using it for a cookie cutter. And maybe it broke in her dough. No, it couldn't have because she said it arrived broken. But anyways, I don't know. Sometimes I just get flabbergasted on some of the comments I get. I've had bad reviews saying, I ordered the wrong size, it's too small, 1 star. It's like, again, why is that my fault? Why are you leaving me bad review for that? But, you know, there's not a whole lot you can do. Sometimes people are just going to do whatever they do. Alright, so I am missing this little piece right here. There we go. Just gotta be smarter than the clay, right? I just want to make sure that I'm putting the right one together. And as you can see, this happens. So if I move out of camera, it's just because I'm putting it in front of me. But I'm not doing anything that you really need to see. So that's going to be that side, right? Nope. It's going to be this one right here. Before I want to, yeah, I think that's right. Okay, let's just push all that together. See these green lines right there? They just keep wanting to separate. So that's going to be tough making sure that that's all going to fit there on the bottom. Alright, so now we're going to do the other side. And I just want to make sure that I've got the right side, to the bad side, to the good side. Nope. So it should be like that. Okay, just gotta make sure you get them perfect here, because this is where it matters. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be this green one. That's going to give me a problem. And that's why a lot of times I can't do the 3, 3. I have to do it one at a time. Some people do that so well. I just can never get them even, and I do them that way. So. Okay, that looks good. Might be off a little bit on the final, I don't know. Okay, one more here. Okay, so we're just going to make sure those two are good, that stays good. Turn it around, make sure they're even, and that the black is matched up. Alrighty, so now if you want to keep it to where it's got the 6 sides, you can reduce it by just going to each piece and pushing it down. It will take a lot longer, but it can be done. Me, I think I'm just going to reduce it however it reduces. So I will try doing it like that, but it'll probably end up being round by the time I'm done. So I don't know how small I'm going to make this. I think might make a really nice pendant, like a hollow one, like the earrings that we made last time. And then if you need to get it back to that 6 point, I have cutters. It would probably be what? It's not the hexagon, or is it? There's an octagon, 8. Hexagon, I think, is 5, right? Something like that, but I do have the cutters with the 6 sides. My brain's not thinking right now, so. Could say a sexagon, but I know it's not called that. Octagon? 8. Hex is either 5 or 6. I could have sworn it's 5, but it may be 6. But anyways, I do carry them. So you could make it round and then just use that cutter to make it back into the shape. But I'm going to try really hard to keep it in this shape. Okay, so I'm going to go reduce this. And again, I don't want to go too small with this, so I'll probably go maybe 1/4 of an inch. Just leave it at, I'd like it bigger than 1 inch. So I may just do 1 1/4, and then if I decide that I don't want to use this anymore, then I will put this up for sale. I will research what other people are selling like their big canes for, and I'll just price it accordingly. Probably cheaper than theirs, but not by much. Okay, because yeah, I can't make any more stuff. I got to start selling stuff before I make any more jewelry. So see what happens. So I'll be back in a bit, guys. All right, guys. So we finished. We did the cut. I do like it. I like the colors, and it all lined up pretty good, I have to admit. So tell me what you think. I've got this at, let's put it right there, point to point. It's about 1 1/4 inches. What do you think? Should I make it smaller or leave it as is? It's about, well, it's going to be like 2.5 inches. So I can cut this at a 1-inch strip or 2 1-inch pieces and sell them like that. If you guys are interested, let me know. And I'll put them up. Obviously, it's not going to be a whole lot for sale, but there'll be 2 of them up. Just let me know. And that's it for today, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.